In modern warfare, the first battle is not fought on land, it is fought in space. Missile defense depends on who detects first, who tracks best, and who decides fastest. Today on Defense Dynamics, we explain why missile tracking matters, how the United States and China do it, and how India is building sovereign capability with the help from indigenous startup Digantra.
Why missile tracking is critical. Missile tracking is a race against time, certainty and escalation. From the moment a missile is launched, national command authorities may have minutes, sometimes seconds, to decide whether the launch is a test, a conventional strike, or a nuclear attack. Early detection allows defenders to identify the launch point, predict the trajectory, and assess the intended target. This enables missile interception, leadership protection, civil defense activation, and crucially, prevent false alarms that could trigger nuclear war. In an era of hypersonic weapons, multiple warheads and saturation attacks, missile defense begins not at interception but at detection in space. The United States operates the world's most advanced missile tracking architecture. Its space-based infrared satellites detect the heat plume of a missile launch within seconds. The data is fused with ground radars and naval sensors, feeding layered missile defense systems across land and sea. The American edge lies in redundancy, global coverage, and real-time data fusion. China entered missile early warning later, but is catching up fast. Beijing is deploying missile warning satellites integrated with long-range radars focused on regional tracking across Asia and the Pacific. The objective is not global dominance but faster reaction time, second strike credibility, and strategic certainty. India's challenge is unique. Two nuclear-armed neighbours, diverse missile types, and complex launch geographies. India's missile tracking ecosystem combines ground radars, space assets, and increasingly private innovation. This is where Digantra plays a critical role. Digantra specializes in space situational awareness, tracking satellites, debris, and anomalous objects in Earth's orbit. This matters because missile tracking depends on satellites that must survive, reposition, and remain trusted during conflict.
Digantra has raised $50 million in a Series B round to expand into the military space segment, marking the largest funding deal in India's space sector this year. The space tech firm aims to strengthen indigenous space surveillance by scaling its Scout satellite constellation, launching 15 more surveillance satellites, along with 2 Albatross platforms dedicated to early missile warning and precision tracking by 2026 to 27. Backed by its Skygate ground sensor network and Ahira integrated space and ground system, Digantra will enable near real-time threat detection, protecting critical satellites and reinforcing missile defense and strategic deterrence.
If an adversary blinds or threatens satellites, missile warning collapses. By providing precise orbital awareness and predictive analytics, Digantra helps safeguard the space layer that missile defense depends on. Strategically, this strengthens sovereignty, resilience, and decision confidence, the pillars of credible deterrence.
The next war may not begin with explosions, but with a signal detected in space. As missiles grow faster and space becomes contested, India's push for indigenous space intelligence is no longer an option. It is strategic necessity, and that's the dynamics of defense.